This is a very interesting math question. Yes, very interesting. Welcome back to my channel. Please, this is not drawn to scale, okay? But we are told that AB is 13, AC is 15, BC is 14. The question says we should find the area of the inscribed square. All right, now, first, if you watch to the end, I'm going to drop a very interesting math trick. Yes, I'm going to teach a particular math trick that falls under this. So watch to the end and see that math trick. It's very important, okay? Now, the question says we should find the area of this square. Now, area of a square is equal to length squared. So if this is the length of the square, this place is L, this place is L, and this place is L as well, right? Now first, let's drop a straight line from A to the midpoint of BC. Let's assume this is the midpoint. Now that particular line dropped there, which happens to be a straight line, right, is perpendicular to this line and is also the height of this particular triangle. Now let's call the meeting point N. So it simply means that AN is the height of the triangle. All right, now how do we actually bring in the length of this square into this whole thing? Okay, let Bn be equal to x. That is from here to here be equal to x. Remember that BC is 14. Okay, let's bring it down a bit. Now NC then should be 14 minus x, right? That should be NC. Now because this is a right angle, triangle ABN, in triangle ABN, using the Pythagorean theorem, we can see that the hypotenuse squared, and in this case the hypotenuse is 13, is equal to Bn squared, which happens to be x squared, plus An squared, and An is our height h. Now 13 squared is 169, is equal to x squared plus h squared. Now if we transfer this to this side, we will have 169 minus x squared is equal to h squared. Now let's call this equation 1. So I will write this here, that h squared is 169 minus x squared. Similarly, in triangle ANC, we can see that AC squared is equal to AN squared plus NC squared using the Pythagorean theorem. Now AC is 15, AN is our height, and NC is 14 minus x. Remember that A minus B squared is equal to A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. So that means that we can write this as 15 squared is equal to h squared plus, now 14 minus x squared be 14 squared plus, minus 2 multiplied by 14 multiplied by x plus x squared. So we have 15 squared is h squared plus 14 squared is 196 minus 2 times 14 is 28 plus x squared. Now 15 squared is 225 is equal to h squared plus 196 minus 28x plus x squared. Now let me give you one math trick first one for watching to this point. But before that, if this is the first time you are seeing us, hit the subscription button, turn on notification bell. Yes, because we would always like you to see our videos anytime we post a new one, so that you will be notified. Once you on that notification bell, you'll be notified anytime we upload a new video. Though we upload our video as often as possible, so tune in at your convenience. There must be something new for you to watch. Give us a thumbs up if you actually love what we are doing. Thank you. If you don't, tell us what you don't like about us on the comments. We'll be there. We are going to take corrections. Okay? Thank you. So, solving further, I want h squared to be on its own, so that I'll form a second equation using h squared. Alright? So, I will transfer everything to this side. So, I will now have 225. This will be transferred to become minus 196. This will come to be plus 28x. This will turn to be minus x squared is equal to h squared, right? So solving further, moving forward, 225 minus 196, 15 minus 6 will give us 9, right? So we have 9. Then 11 minus 9 will give us 2. So we have 1, nothing else. So we have 29 plus 28x minus x squared is equal to h squared. So that means we can write that h squared is also equal to 29 plus 28x minus x squared. Now, I wanted to tell you something before. The math trick I promised, the first one. You know, I said 15 squared is equal to 225. Some of us might find it difficult to memorize. Now, this is how you get the square of any number that ends with 5. Okay? Just say 5 squared is 25. After the first number, that is after 1, we have 2, right? 2 times 1 is 2. And that is your answer. For example, 25 squared, we all know that 25 squared is 625, right? Let's check it. Now 5 squared is 25. After 2, you have 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 625. So that is one of the math tricks I want to show you. Now, if you want to learn so many math tricks, I have a lot of them here on this channel. Just check my playlist that I named math tricks. So when you go to that playlist, you're going to see a lot of math tricks, and you're going to take your time to learn them. Now, that is by the way. I just want to be sure this is still on. That is by the way. So look at this. If we say that h squared is equal to 169 minus x squared, and h squared is also equal to 29 plus 28x plus x squared, it simply means that this is equal to this, right? So permit me to write that 169 minus x squared is equal to 29 plus 28x minus x squared. Now minus x squared, we remove minus x squared since they are on the opposite side of the equation and they are the same. Yes, because even if I transpose this to this side, it becomes plus x squared, and minus x squared plus x squared is 0. So now let me transfer 29 to the other side. 169 plus 29 becomes minus 29 is equal to 28x. So 9 minus 9 is 0. 6 minus 2 is 4. And we have 1. So it's equal to 28x. So to get the value of x, we divide both sides by 28. So our x will be 140 divided by 28. So let's solve. When 7 divides this, we have 20. When 7 divides this, we have 4. When 4 divides itself, we have 1. Divide 20, we have 5. So it simply means that x is equal to 5. Now let's substitute it in. So this is 5, right? And then NC will be 14 minus 5, which is 9. Okay. Now, I want us to note that HN is also equal to L, right? So HN, sorry, this is not H. Let's call this point O, okay? ON is also equal to L, right? And remember that AN is our height. Okay, we are yet to get the value of our height, okay? So H is equal to, remember that H squared, according to the first equation. Now from equation 1, we have H squared is equal to 169 minus x squared. So H squared is equal to 169 minus 5 squared, because our x is 5. H squared is equal to 169 minus 25. H squared is 140. Right? Am I correct? 9 minus 5 is, 144. 144. So if we take square root of both sides, this, we remove this, we have H is equal to 12. So it means that the height of this triangle is equal to 12. Now, if AN is 12, and from 0 to N is the length, then A to 0, A0 will be what? 12 minus L, right? It will be the length, which is AN, 12 minus this L. So this is 12 minus L. Now, why am I getting that? Why? Okay, now I want you to take a look at this particular drawing. You can see that angle B, if angle B is alpha, then this angle here is also alpha. Yes, using corresponding angle, because BC is parallel to this line, and if they are parallel, this is a transversal, and as such we have something like this and this. Okay, this is what we have. This is the angles I'm talking about. If this is alpha, this is alpha as well. They are corresponding angles. Now similarly, if this is beta, this is also beta. The same reason, corresponding angles. And angle A is common to both triangle. Now let's call this is A, B, C, right? Now let's call this place D and this place E. We now have a lot of diagrams here, but I believe you still understand it. Okay, now you can see that triangle ADE is similar to triangle ABC. Yes, because you can see that they share the same triangle. This is alpha, they are equal. This is beta, they are equal. And triangle angle A is common to both. Therefore, what are we trying to do? Remember that when two triangles are similar, the ratio of their corresponding sides are equal. When two triangles are similar, the ratio of their corresponding sides are equal. So that simply means that if I decide to take the base of triangle ABC, which is 14, okay, divided by the height of triangle ABC, which is what? Our height, we got it 12. This should be equal to the base of the triangle, what? This particular one. Okay, let me just write it down so I don't get confused. It simply means that BC all over AN will be equal to DE all over AO. All right. Sorry, at this point my audio tripped off, but I will use voiceover to explain. Now, BC is 14 divided by AN is our height, and we got our height as 12, is equal to DE. Now, DE is the same thing as the length of the square, which is L, and AO is 12 minus L. Now we cross multiply. 12 multiplied by L equals 14 multiplied by 12 minus L. 12L equals 14 times 12 will give us, I'm going to give you a math trick now, so just watch out. Whenever the starting digits when of the two digit number you're multiplying is 1, all you need to do is to multiply 4 times 2, that is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. Now 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 times 4 is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. Put it in the middle. And that is the word trick. So where is my take in the comment section? So we have 168. Now 14 times minus L is minus 14L. Okay. Now we transfer minus 14L to the other side. It becomes 12L plus 14L equals 168. 12L plus 14L will give us 26L. So we have 26L equals 168. Now to get the value of L, we divide both sides by 26. Divided by 26, divided by 26. 26, we divide this off, we have L remaining, and we have 168 over 26. So L is equal to, now let's divide it with 2. Yeah, so yeah, I was thinking, but I think 2 is the best option. I wanted to use 4, but 4 wouldn't go. So 2 divide 168 is 84, divide 26 is 13. How is my voice over, guys? So our L is 84 over 13. Remember, we are asked to find the area of the square, and area of a square is length squared. So to get the area of the square now, it's going to be equal to L squared, which is 84 over 13 all squared. Okay, so this is 84 squared divided by 13 squared. And I'm going to give you another math trick. Remember to type my thinking in the comments. Now 84 squared is, once you want to square a 2-digit number, this is what you will do. 4 squared is 16, 8 squared is 64. 8 times 4 is 32, and 32 times 2 is 64. You add 6, 5, 10, 0, carry 1, 7. And that is your answer. So we have 7056 divided by, now 13 squared is 169. Yeah, but let's just use the trick to get it. So we have 13 squared, 3 squared is 9, but we'll write it as 2-digit number. Okay, it must be written as 2-digit number for the first number. The second one, yeah, So we must write it as a two-digit number. That is what I was explaining there. Now the last digit, which is 1, can be a single digit number, it doesn't matter. So 1 squared is 1. Now 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. So we must write 6 as a two-digit number, which is 0, 6. We add, we have 169. So you can see that. Just check my playlist. I have a playlist dedicated just for matric. You can just look for it and then so. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish it when I noticed that my mic tripped off. I was angry. So all you need to do is to create your calculator. 7056 divided by 169. Whatever you got should be your answer. I think it should be 41.75 approximately. So that is what I was pressing there and at the point it tripped. Bye.